Thank you for allowing us to interview you on such short notice.
I'm Amber Snyder. I'm the library director at the Everett Free Library.
Describe your position and the job responsibilities you have within it.
As the director of the Everett Free Library, I'm in charge of taking care of everything here, from taking care of the grounds, making sure there's enough staff here at the library to man during open hours. I'm also responsible for planning and executing programs and coming up with new programs. I often go to various trainings, and a lot of community service is a big part of my job.
What does a typical day look like in your job?
I don't have any 2 days that look exactly the same. So every morning we come in and we open the library, and that includes vacuuming, making sure the bathrooms are cleaned, wiping down computers, shelving books, everything. And then the day starts. People come in. Sometimes they're just here to use computers. Sometimes they're here to ask history questions. Sometimes they're here for help with their phones or filling out forms for, I had somebody looking to get a birth certificate done recently to get a new one. Some days it's ordering books. I spent half of Saturday doing nothing but ordering books. No 2 days are the same. Some days you're cleaning up garbage out of the lawn because the wind's pulled it out of the dumpster or it's just fallen off the street. So it's really exciting. It's really nice not to have the same thing day after day, and you never know what's going to come. Like, I came in Saturday with a plan that I was going to go, and I had a whole list of things that I was going to do. I did 2 things off that list that day because there were so many other things that happened.
What is your level of education and or training, and do you need to continue your education?
I have a bachelor's in library science, which is unusual for most librarians. Most librarians go on to get a bachelor's in history or English or something else, and then they go and get their master's in library science. For the population that our library serves, we are only required to have 9 credits of library science classes. I am required to get continuing education credits. As the director, I have to get 9 credits every year. My staff is also required, if they work over 20 hours a week, is required to get 6 hours every 2 years.
What is the most challenging aspect of your job and the most rewarding?
The most challenging part of my job is our budget. We get funded from the state, but that's only about half of our budget. The rest of our budget comes from the community through local government and individual donors in the community and fundraising. And sometimes it is a struggle to make sure that things stay on track. The most rewarding part of my job is working with the community. I get to help people who come in looking for family history. The kids that come in for the program, some of them are 1st and 2nd graders who still don't know how to use a pair of scissors. So we sit down and we work with them as much as our time permits to help them get the resources and the help that they need. We also have a lot of homeschooled families that use our library a lot, and they love our collection. They say how nice it is. It's something that they can use for their schooling, and that's really rewarding to us.
Did you start in your current job, or have you been promoted?
I did not start in my current job. I started off as the bookkeeper assistant director, and then when the director, Judy Hilligas, retired in 2018, I took over as acting director.
What characteristics do you and your employees look for in a potential employee?
We look for people who are detail-oriented. A lot of our work is detailed, from making sure that you put an adult nonfiction book away in the correct place compared to putting a junior nonfiction book away in the correct place. We're also looking for people who are good with the public, because that's the majority of what we do. We are also looking for people who are good with technology. Right now we have some robots that we're using for our STEAM programs, and they require coding knowledge, which we're learning ourselves, but if we had somebody who knew that, it would be extremely helpful. A lot of what we do, we teach, we are self-taught, or we attend trainings to learn, or we teach the staff that's here. We do everything from book repair to we're currently getting ready to start a project called Scan PA, where it's scanning local history. So a lot of it is self-taught, but a lot of it is also a lot of technology-based. Technology-based is a big thing.
In your own opinion, do you think that a library should be quiet?
I think there is a time and a place for the library to be quiet, but on a regular basis, no. I think that the library is the hub of the community, and there's a lot of people meeting here and a lot of things constantly going on, which is why our library space is so well set up, because you can put people in the front room and they don't bother the people back here, and you can put people back here in the kids' corner and it doesn't bother the people in the technology room. I do think there is a time and place for it to be quiet, but the majority of the time, as long as everybody's happy, it works.